on. Next up for us, 1 p.m. Eastern, Green Bay Packers at Minnesota Vikings. Packers 8-2, 4-2 on the road. Vikings 4-5, 2-2 at home. One of the best 4-5 teams I think we've seen in a long time. Is that fair to say, Bebsie?
I fully agree.
We're at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, Minnesota. This opens up with that's the basketball. Let me move over here. Here we go. We open up with Green Bay as 2.5-point favorites, and this total at 49.5. That's the opener. Right now at Pinnacle, we have Green Bay still as 2.5-point favorites. It's a pick 'em either way, and this total at 49.5. It is juiced to the under. Packers come in off a 17-0 shutout win at home over the Seahawks. Packers have won 8 of 9. Rodgers returned from missing last week with COVID by going 23 of 37 for 292 yards, no touchdowns in the pick. Devontae Adams led receivers with 7 catches for 78 yards. A.J. Dillon became RB1 after Aaron Jones left with a knee injury in the second half. Dillon carried the ball 21 times for 66 yards and 2 touchdowns, also caught 2 passes for 62 yards. Before Aaron Jones left, he ran 7 times for 25 yards, caught 2 passes. Oh, sorry, I've got that for both A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones, so I'll have to double-check that here. I believe it was definitely A.J. Dillon caught 2 passes for 62 yards, but Aaron Jones had a couple receptions that went for something. I'll have to go back. Jones suffered an MCL sprain, so he's missing 1 to 2 weeks. He will not be in the lineup tonight, on Sunday, so A.J. Dillon will be the starter. The defense had 3 sacks and 5 quarterback hits. Kevin King, back from injury, is a big help. Adrian Amos and Kevin King each had interceptions. Rashawn Gary hurt his elbow in the second half. He's a big piece to this team. So he's going to wear a brace for his hyperextended elbow in an attempt to play Sunday against the Vikings. That's tricky. Outside linebacker Whitney Merciless injured his biceps in the third quarter. He will miss the rest of the season. Wide receiver Equanimus St. Brown, defensive end Kingsley Kike, tight end Dominique Daphne, and offensive tackle David Bakhtiari, who still we haven't seen yet this year, were inactive last week, listed as questionable this week. Vikings come off an impressive 27-20 win at the Chargers. Kirk Cousins, 25 of 37 for 294 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He did lose a fumble. Justin Jefferson looked incredible. 9 catches for 143 yards. Adam Thielen caught 5 for 65. Dalvin Cook ran 24 times for 94 yards. They held on to the ball for 36 minutes. That's how you win a road game. Eric Kendricks was excellent. 8 tackles, 1 interception, 1 sack. They were able to get pressure on Herbert, 2 sacks, 6 quarterback hits. Their 5 losses this year being by combined 18 points. They had every reason to lose this game. They had 5 players on the COVID list, including safety Harrison Smith, who will be back this week, and center Garrett Bradbury. They were missing 4 other defensive starters because of injuries. They had this civil suit against Dalvin Cook, alleging that he assaulted his girlfriend at his home last year. The attorney said his client was assaulted by the woman and had the right to defend himself. Linebacker Anthony Barr was inactive last week. Listed as questionable this week. He's such a huge piece of the puzzle. They had every reason to lose that game, and they did not lose that game. And color me impressed. Bebsie, take it away. Packers, Vikings.
Very simple here. I believe the public will come in on Green Bay. I believe I will get a 3 before game time. And I will be watching this closely. And as soon as I get a 3, I will be betting on the Minnesota Vikings. I think Green Bay is due for an L with Rodgers at the helm. I believe in this Minnesota Vikings team. As we set off the top of this little segment here, I think the Minnesota Vikings are the best 4-5 football team in the league right now. Maybe the 49ers, I don't know. I'm just going to wait. I'm going to wait on this one. I want this to get to a 3. I believe it will get to a 3 because I think public money will come in on the Green Bay Packers, at which point I'm going to move on the Vikings.
We have great stuff coming in from the chat. So I'd like to let's start with Clint, star of the Die Hard MMA podcast, a huge Vikings fan. And he's been giving us weekly Vikings PSAs, and they've been bang on. Like, so right. And here he says, Vikings show up when least expected and let everybody down when they should roll. The Packers are for real. We will compete and lose. Packers cover. Use Vikings only in teasers. And then let me add, we're going to add a bunch. I want to add a bunch of it, but let me add Dennis's here for the first one before I head back to you, Bebsie. Dennis Garcia says, I have no opinion here. Don't trust Minnesota off a win. Don't want to lay with Green Bay on the road. Pass, pass, pass. What do you think of those two comments?
Listen, I'm deeply in tune with my team as well, and I could not have been more wrong. I'm not saying Diehard MMA podcast is wrong here. I don't know how much I believe in this Packers team. And, you did pop up, I think it was Trusty's comment about was it Green Bay good D or Seattle bad O? I think it's Seattle bad O more than anything. That game plan was ugly by Seattle. It was just a constant effort to air. As long as you could somewhat trust the deep pass, and Pete Carroll losing his goddamn mind. That guy's got to walk away from football. He's actually nuts. So I don't have a ton of faith in this Packers defense, despite how they've been playing well. I respectfully disagree. I do think the Minnesota Vikings will play hard, so we agree there, but I think they can cover this.
I think this is a very, very tough spot. Slatsy says Rodgers gets a full week after COVID mess. I'm on the Pack. Rodgers.
See, I think the opposite there. I think because now he has a full week, he's less to prove. It's a little bit further away from all that COVID debacle, and I can see Green Bay coming out flat here.
But I've seen Rodgers this year as a man possessed with so much to prove. His family hates him. His team drafted Jordan Love in the first round. He's a out and out fucking liar. He's
gone from like lovable idiot to filthy villain. Like it's such a shift in the latter half of Aaron Rodgers' career. It's been fun to watch.
It has been hilarious to watch. He looks like, he's your meth dealer,
Yeah, if I ran into him in an alley selling me drugs, I'd be like, well, this junkie's going to stab me with a dirty needle is what he's going to do.
Oh, for sure. For sure. So I'm going to do nothing here. Now, let's quickly talk about the total. This is such a fascinating game. So let's quickly talk about the total and then see if you want to make a move. Right now, this total is sitting here at 49.5. And look at this. Burgundy Bet says Packers last 3 points. Russell Wilson, 0 points. Patrick Mahomes, 13 points. Kyler Murray, 21 points. Packers won and covered all 3 games. Do you want to move? There's Ron Crawford in the house. Great to see you, Ron, my guy. Do you want to make a move on the total or the Vikings?
No, I'm going to wait on this. The total, I later give a shit about my opinion, which if you look at my record, you shouldn't. But I am going to wait for that 3, and I'm going to pounce on that 3.